What's up, guys? 9-year-old Chinese speedcuber Wang Yiheng just got a world record average of 4.48 seconds, and that's quite insane. This is his second world record average, his first one being 4.69 seconds, and now he has a 4.48 average with a counting sub 4, and this is honestly quite insane. First sub 4.5 average, and it's by a 9-year-old speedcuber. Anyways, all the scrambles to this average will be in the description along with the video of the average, which you can also check out. So yeah. First solve. It's actually quite interesting because on white, it's a very easy 3-mover cross. You just do that. But he did yellow and it proved to be a better decision. So anyways, he has this F12 edge and this F12 corner, which he actually just inserted this corner by doing U, L, U prime, L prime right away, and then D prime to align this 2x2 block. And now he just has these two edges by doing L, F prime. That solves the X cross. First pair after the X cross, R, U, R prime to pair this pair up. And then inserting the pair will actually pair this pair up, so we can insert this pair right away. And that leads to this pair which he rotated and inserted, canceling into a sledge, giving him all the edges. Pi OLL, and then H perm, which he didn't do the normal alg for, which is pretty interesting because, you know, why would you not do the normal alg, right? But he did an AUF trick of M2, U2, M2, U twice. And there's no real point in doing it, to be honest. But does prevent you from having to do a U2 AUF or starting with a U2. I just think that it's not really worth it because you're doing 2 algs for the same case, which will, you know, add recognition time. But it works out, so yeah, that's the first solve. Very clean. For solve 2, he also got a 4.72, and his reaction is actually kind of funny. 4.724, he got that exact same time twice, and it's kind of funny. So, white cross is a really nice 1, 2, 3, 4 mover. And, wait, no, it's a 5 mover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And yellow cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7 mover, but he did a 7 mover instead of a 5 mover simply because, I don't know, he likes yellow more. Also because it's, you know, less double moves. If you were to do white, you'd have to do 2 double moves, and yellow, you can just do single moves, which can be done faster if you're doing TPS spam, which is his style. So these 2 cross edges are solved. He misaligns them in order to insert the orange cross edge, realigns them, and does a U prime, R prime, FR to insert the last cross edge. Now, he cancels into solving this pair, so he pairs up the orange-green pair, inserts with U prime, L, U prime, L prime. I don't know why people still do this, but personally, I just prefer to do L, U2, L prime inserts instead of U prime, L, U prime, L prime, as it's, you know, less ergonomic. It's more ergonomic to just do U2, but I guess it could help with look ahead. Anyways, next pair, he just paired up this pair, and instead of inserting with U2, he actually did something really smart. He inserted with a sledgehammer, which paired up this pair, so you could just insert it by rotating. Now, because I'm a fancy owl guy, I just do R prime FR S R fat F prime, which is very fast. But Yiheng is not that type of person, and he does actually have a teacher, and I don't think his teacher would teach him things like that because his teacher probably doesn't know that either. Anyways, next he has this pair, which he rotated, paired up, and then inserted to the front left slot. That gave him OLL and a V perm. Very surprising how he was able to do this V perm so fluidly, but he did this algorithm for it. And the alg is R, U prime R, U, R prime D, R, D prime R, U prime D, R2 prime U, R2, D prime R prime U prime. Third solve 3.99, and as you can see, he actually gets a reaction. If you look at his 4.69 average, he does not react at all. He kind of just is nonchalant about it, but anyways, he actually does react to this solve, 3.99. And yeah, this is actually the first counting sub 4 in WCA history, counting 3.99. Anyways, you guessed it, he does yellow cross again, and it appears yellow is just really good, because what he did here is very surprising. So, what he does is, from this angle, he basically does a B prime that moves this cross edge and this corner over here. And then, as you can see, doing a B prime would align the cross edges with, you know, the corner and the F2L edge. So he does that at the same time as doing this F prime, or you can think of it as the U prime from which angle you're looking at. And then he does a wide R prime. So very efficient X cross. And the first pair he does after that is U prime, L prime, U, L, R prime, R prime. So that's the second pair. And then third pair, rotate, pair this pair up, insert with L prime, U prime, L prime. And then this pair, he just pairs it up and inserts. Now he has OLL, the Y sexy sledge case, and then T perm. So yeah, 3.99. And to think that he executed all that in 3.99 is quite insane, because it's not the normal type of sub 3 you'd see. You only see that in TPS spam cubers that are coming up nowadays, like Yiheng, who did get a world record average, and now it's Wang, who is only 9 years old. Yes! Honestly, this guy is starting to make me question my solving style. Yellow only, like, and he basically only ever does one alg for each F12 case, and he just spams it at an amazing speed, and it just makes me wonder, what if you just use one alg for every single case, but you just do it as fast as possible and have a really good inspection time and just turn super fast with decent finger tricks? Maybe that's the definition of being sub 6. Anyways, what he does here is R prime, D, F prime, R. And that gives him his cross. He just has to align it, and then that gives him first pair. So he saw this pair in inspection as well, I assume, because pairing it up will insert this pair, or rather inserting the pair will pair it up, and he inserts it into the back right slot. Now for the next pair, he has another free pair, very lucky, inserts it like so, and personally I just cancel into like this, but, or you could do something like F prime, L prime, U2L, F prime, but yeah, I would just do that. But he rotated, and U2, L prime, U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U, L. And here's something to think about. Maybe doing this would be good if you just looked ahead into it. But if it takes you time to pause and think about what alg you're going to have to do after that, you may as well just use one alg for it, because like this guy demonstrates, you could just not do any F2L tricks at all and still be super fast if you just execute it super fast. Because like, for me, doing a rotation and then doing that would be a bit slower than just doing an alg for the case. But for this guy, he is proven to be basically the fastest cuber in the world by, you know, doing the simplest algs. And that gives us very nice OLL into an RA perm. He does the RUD alg for that. And yeah, that is the 3.95, fastest solve of the average. Alright, so last solve of the average, 5.99. And at this point, it's kind of obvious that he just does yellow only. I'm not sure why he does yellow only, because never seen that happen before. I do know people like Lucas Etter, white only, and Philip Vire, white only. They both were world-class speed cubers, but now we have Wang Yiheng, fastest cuber in the world, yellow only. Because he did yellow on every single solve, and it's really something worthy to note. Anyways, for this solve, he does an X cross basically. You could think of it as a pseudo X cross into inserting the next pair, or you can think of it as a double X cross. I like to think of it as a double X cross. So what he did here was UD and then F to insert this cross edge next to this one, R prime to insert this cross edge. As you can see now, he has this corner, and then D, L would also insert this edge into there. That's what he was looking at the entire time. And instead of just doing D into a regular X cross, like so, he doesn't do a D and he inserts this pair first, or rather this corner that goes along with this edge. And if he just does a D move, it would align the X cross. And he does a D U prime at the same time to solve this pair, pairing it up like that and then inserting. And then here he kind of locks up, does a U, R prime, and then does lefty sledge, insert the pair like that. And then here he kind of locks up again, M, U prime, something like that. And then he does the alg. And now he has a V perm, so same V perm from before, and he's done the average. So yeah, nerves on the last solve must have been real, but although even if he got a DNF on the last solve, it would be world record average, because last solve was the worst solve of the average. He still got a 4.48, so last solve could have been anything. It could have been 50 seconds, could have been 10 minutes. He would have gone the world record average no matter what. So yeah, insane average, and I'd love to see more from this kid in the future. First 4.5, sub 4.5 average in WCA history, and honestly, sub 4 does seem kind of unrealistic, but at the same time, people have gotten it at home, and maybe in a year this kid will get sub 4 average, or maybe someone else will get it. But for now, I don't think anyone is as fast as this guy is. There's Max Park, who he averages like low 5, but this guy, Wang Yiheng, he's just unmatched. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Guys, check out this amazing setup. Basically, what we have here is this cube box, and this cube box basically comes with a Worm 2019. Thanks to Sean Yen for giving me this. But yeah, 3.47 world record. Nah, it's a 3.13 now. Worm 2019 box cover, and then you have the interior box. You have some pens in it, so the phone can go in it like that. That's basically how I filmed this video. Yeah, that's the setup. That's basically how I filmed this video. And yeah. Thank you for making it this far into the video. Or thank you for just skipping to the end, I guess.